Today we're talking about the GoPro Hero 9 and why you should get it. It's small, it's agile, it has an easy interface menu that I'll show you throughout this video. And what I really like about it is very intuitive, very easy to use to switch between the menus, and very handy, and it takes really nice photos, nice video, and I'm actually using it now to film this video. Now, one of the first features I wanted to share with you is the boost stabilizer. This is it with it, so it's really cool if you're moving around, and it really holds a shot really well, and this is going to show you what it's like without it. To be fair, it's still pretty good. And another thing I like about this camera is the selfie screen. Now, one thing I have noticed, it doesn't always hold the whole frame, so sometimes you have to play back what you've recorded to see if you've actually captured everything you want to capture, and that leads on to the next thing I like about this camera. But I tell you what, it's an absolute gimme to have that selfie screen, especially if you're filming yourself, because you can just see what you're filming all of the time. So you can actually speed it up or actually slow it down to 24 frames per second, which I do know is a frame rate that some creators and filmmakers do like for certain styles of film. Now, why I also like this, it's very easy to switch between film and photo mode. There's 5 different modes. It has super view, if you can see that, which is really handy. It also has wide, which is what I've been using for the bulk of this video. It also has linear, narrow, and linear horizon. It's really nice because depending on what shot you want, or if you're going in different modes, that's really handy. Now, something else is really cool about this camera, you can put it into multiple modes of speed, so 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, right up to 240 frames per second in slow-mo. So that'd be really cool if you wanted to get that really cool slow-mo look, which would be really handy when doing that filming. Really nice because you can see that selfie screen, and there's me in the background with the studio. Hello. Camera is waterproof, which is really cool, and that's sort of the whole point of this camera, because the whole point of the GoPros is to go on an adventure, climbing mountains, jumping in the oceans, and just taking your camera wherever you want to take it, even if it's on the moon. If this camera sounds like a camera you'd like to check out, we do have a link to this camera in the description, so go and check it out. And if you're getting value so far, don't forget to subscribe to this video. Now, what I also love about this camera is the photography side. You can take some really nice photos. It has 3 settings, which is really cool. I will show you an example of that now. Ba-doo! 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 What are you doing, Dave? And as you can see, it does take some really nice photos, to be fair. And just think when you're out and about on your venture, you can take some really nice pictures of your holiday or your venture, or if you're just going out for a random walk. So this camera really is an all-rounder, which makes this camera really awesome. And not only as a video camera, but it takes some really good photos as well, which is something you want to consider when buying this camera. The settings are voice activated, which is quite cool. And what I like about this, you can record in HD or 4K, and like I said, from 24 frames right up to 260 plus, which is really nice range of field. And what's nice about the different video modes, like I was saying earlier, is it really can change how you play around the camera, how you film the camera, and what you do with the camera. Say that 10 times fast. Now, I just want to say, if you've got any questions about this camera, feel free to put them in the comments below. And I'm Dave from TBR Creators, and I make weekly videos on the best cameras for YouTubers and creators, and even if you're just starting out and want to know what camera to buy. And if that sounds interesting to you, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm going to leave you 2 end cards that are going to leave you absolute value. And just before I go, there is a bit more I can tell you about this camera, but I'm going to leave that for another video. Have a great day. You guys rock.